Ah man, Let me make sure. Yeah. Oh man, what it do, y'all? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that Repent or Die podcast. For those that don't know who I am, I'm Junes, the original, for the bond tools by blood, not by converge. You know I'm out here to splurge with the world, with the word. Want to give all praise and glory to our heavenly parents, for they are worthy to be praised. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to all those that's been tuning in, subscribing, supporting, pushing this truth out to the world. For you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set us free. You feel me? And I'm back again, redoing the same video. I was, when I got off, I was checking the comments. And let me put this up. Hold on. Let me move this. I was checking the comments, and the comments was saying that there was no audio. So, and then when I went to go play it, it was really playing with no audio. And everything that I had to say, all the fruitful information that I had to say, there was no audio. So we're gonna do it again. And disclaimer, if this broadcast cut off, just know that YouTube is doing it. Just like YouTube is messing with the audio, this is just what they do. You feel me? It's frustrating, but the truth gotta come out. Still gotta put that work in. Still gotta inform the people and let my people know. Right? So we know what today's title is. The title, and we're not even gonna call it the title, man. The question that we gotta ask is, why is our people always, you know, investing themselves into other people's problems? Why is black people always investing themselves into other nationality issues? That is not our concern. I'm sorry. I know you guys may feel some type of way. We got brothers that believe that it's equality and we gotta fight and stand for et cetera, et cetera. That is a dub. So the reason why I even came out with this broadcast, right? The other day I was driving, and when I'm driving, I'm in my zone, I'm listening to my music, and then out of nowhere, I hear noise. I see sirens. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Come to find out, I see a whole bunch of people that's free Palestine, pro Palestine, this, walking past, right? But what drew and caught my attention was the black people I seen involved or engaged with this nonsense. Yes, I call it nonsense because it is not our fight. It is not our concern. It is not our issue. Let these people do what they do. Right? And when I seen the brothers that was supporting or being a part of this rally was a 6'5", 6'6" tall black man. The man had a big hot BB wrapped around his body, right? Walking with his chest out, grilling the police, basically just on some, I'm the mascot for the Palestinians, because that's what I got out of it. Right? Another black man looking super stupid. And then I said to myself, why is our people investing our time? So I had to come out and talk about this. I had to first, before I comment, I had to see what is the reasoning to why black people wanted to involve themselves into this so-called Palestinian-Israeli conflict that, again, has nothing to do with black and brown people, has nothing to do with melanated people, the real melanated, not the counterfeits, the real melanated people, have nothing to do with us. But for some apparent reason, we take it upon us. You understand? We take it upon us to involve and waste our time. Meanwhile, our whole community is upside down. So I had to really see where these people's mind was at, right? Hold on a minute. I had to really see where these people's mind was at. So we're going to take the time out and we're going to look into these things. We're going to see exactly what these people is thinking. Before I give you my stance, I want to first hear the arguments about our people and why they feel suited to participate in this nonsense. Let me start off with this man right here. Let's listen.
Why you're here supporting the Palestinian cause?
I find that the Palestinian cause is the same that a lot of Black Americans and just people of color have been enduring worldwide. So,
let me make that clear. Let's make this clear. We are not enduring the same. There's one thing having your land taken over, and there's another thing where having your land taken over while you also been kicked out and rolled over. Big difference. Okay? Two different situations. Two different. Let us continue.
Come to show my solidarity.
As a Black American, I understand what this oppression looks like, what it's like to grow up in a settler colonial state that doesn't respect the people within its so-called borders.
What happens here in the U.S. against Black people also happens with Palestinian people. I think our voices...
See, this is where you got to draw the line. What happens to us here does not happen in Palestine. The amount of scrutiny us as Black people having to deal with, the amount of negative exposure that is being seen amongst us, Palestinians don't go through that. Palestinians don't have to worry about turning on the TV and their daughters being demoralized, their men is being feminized. We go to two different situations. Black people, stop associating other people's struggles with yours. There's no struggle on the face of this earth that can oversee what we go through on an everyday basis. These people only been in situations for 40, 50 years. We've been dealing with this nonsense for 2,500 years. Make it make sense. And if you want to base it on America, 400 plus. And it's still going on. In fact, not only is it still going on, it's about to get worse. There's a new bill that was written here in New York that allow these people to remove anybody from the house deemed unfit to be amongst the population. Think I'm playing. I can't say too much, but look it up.
Are being silenced for a reason. They don't want us to be loud. I think that gives us even more reason to be loud.
I feel like it's the responsibility of everyone, every American, to stand up for this cause when our own very own tax dollars.
This man right here said that he's an African American. I'm trying to see what part of African is he. He looked like a Española. He can pass for a Habibi as well. He can. Just look carefully. So I'm trying to figure out what does he have that's so-called African American. But let us continue.
Are going to fund this genocide.
You got to keep fighting for what you believe in. Can't give up.
You absolutely right, my brother. You got to keep fighting for what you believe in. I believe in Black liberation, Black segregation, denounce European education, suspend all communication when it's pertaining to them. I believe in that. Let's fight for that. Why can't we fight for that, black man? Why can't we uphold for that, black man? And to the brother that tuned in and told me that my audio was off, just know that it was a technical difficulty on their end. It wasn't me. This is a deliberate silence of the people, because we here to expose it all on this happy Thanksgiving. You feel me? But let us continue. Let us continue. Please. Why not?
Everybody wants people to give up. We saw apartheid regime.
We don't want to give up. See, black people want black people to give up on supporting people and race that don't give a damn about you. That's what black people don't understand. This is not about picking and choosing, right from wrong. Both of these people had their hands in your demise, fam. Both of these people had their hands in your demise, fam. Both these people had their hands in your demise, and it generated through religion. Did you guys know that Palestine was one of the last countries to abolish slavery? So basically, if they could have kept it going till now, they probably would. I'm gonna show you something today. This is why YouTube stopped me from saying what I'm saying. This is why all of a sudden the audio wasn't working and nobody could hear. I had all this to say. This is what they do. I get it, YouTube. I understand it. It's cool. Appreciate it. Just lets me know I gotta just keep going harder. Now that the first one was just a first take. Now you got the fire burning, and I'm about to be like Usher. Let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Let us continue.
In South Africa, we see how Native Americans were treated in the United States. So just got to keep the struggle and persevere.
These people, nobody was treated worse than us. I don't care what anybody telling me. As much as Native Americans had died today, still doesn't add up to the 70 million just coming from that place called Africa all the way to the Western Hemisphere. Over 70 million blacks died on the voyage to the location. Don't tell me about what's going on. We are the only genocidal race on the face of this earth. There's no country, there's no people that have more genocide done to them other than black and brown people. No genocide. People want to talk about the Holocaust. What happened to it? People tell you to have grievance for the Holocaust. I don't want to. Because at the same breath, you're going to tell me that I need to get over slavery. But then I'll turn on the news. I'll listen to the radio. I'll watch a movie. And then in every movie that's pertaining to black people, see, the black person is probably gay, stripper, gang member, drug dealer, scammer, robber, pimp. Our women is hoes, strippers, multiple men. This is the genocide that continues to happen. But meanwhile, you over here looking like a full-fledged, okay, looking like a samurai. You looking like a monk. You look like you about to say, what? And you want to come over here and talk about, I believe that we all should be together because what happened to the Native Americans, the people in South Africa, the only people that have been suffering are the people that came from Africa. Look how you look. This is a confused man that you can see has been discontinued from that heritage. Look at him. The man has a whole Palestinian outfit on. I can't make this stuff up. And if you was to ask him, have he been there? I guarantee he'll tell you no. Let us continue.
I think that we are siblings in this together.
She said we are siblings. We are not siblings. We are not siblings. Show me where in history, where in life have you seen a brother or a sister or a cousin or any relative that's close outside of these heathens that would kidnap, rape, molest, murder, ship, and sold for wine and liquor and smoke. Take children and sell them to alligators, put them by the alligators so they can get them and wear alligator shoes. Where you see us, don't there's no siblings here. That's not my family. Me and my brother could be at war, be at odds. I would never want death for my brother. Ever. I don't even want death on my people. Huh? Don't talk about no siblings. We are not the same. If you don't believe me, go look up the DNA. Look up the DNA of black people in Africa. And then look at the DNA at Europeans, Asia, China. You're going to see that we're not the same. We are two different generations, two different races. Let's get that clear. Let us continue.
We're praying for you. And we love you. Don't give up and fight like hell. Because we're going
I wish they could say that for us. I wish he could say, yo, I love my people. We praying for us. We praying for the hood. Support my brother, support the brother Jones. He's doing this for the hood. He's trying to get us back into our righteousness, not based on this European philosophy, the true righteousness, not based on theories that was given unto us by Europeans. No, the true philosophy, calling on our true creators' names. Sunini Nanini. That's what I'm bringing them back to. You praying for what? You praying for the continuance of injustice upon black and brown people by the Palestinians and the other heathens? Huh? Let us continue. Why not?
to support you always. And we never going to forget you.
And he's weird. Look at his hands. This is not an African. This is a setup. Who is this man? Look at my hands. Look at those hands. Look at those hands. Somebody make it make sense.
You tell us today.
But that's this one, right? That's this one. That was a male's perspective. Let's get the female. Let's get a female.
So for the black people who are like, why the fuck should I care about Palestine? Maybe we the next Palestine. I don't know if you noticed.
She said we the next Palestine. You mean Palestine is the next black people, because we've been going through this, baby girl. You must have forgot. Probably because you was born in America and you was born with a spoon in your mouth. You don't know what happened for us to get to where we at now. You don't know that it's still a battle. You don't know that no generation on the face of this earth, no nation on the face of this earth can endure and go through what we going through and still going through to this very day. Don't talk about we're the next Palestine. Palestine is the next us, if that makes sense. Listen, if you think that we had anything in the first place, you highly mistaken. If you buy a house and you pay off the house and you still got to pay taxes on the house, and if you don't pay taxes on the house, you can then lose the house. That was never your house. You was just bamboozled to take care of it until the time comes and remove you out the way, and then they're going to put a nice sky rise, and the person that put that sky rise is going to own it. You can't own nothing here in America, people. This is a corporation. This is not a land. This is not an indigenous land. Well, you know what I'm saying? The indigenous people, so they say, are met in what they call that? What they call that? It's at the tip of my tongue. But they're placed in areas, right? Confined areas. Oh yeah, this is where y'all stay here. This little backyard, y'all can have this. You can have your little community here. But as soon as you step out, you're going over boundaries and you get penalized, even by murder and death. Okay? Let us continue.
So Palestinians had their land completely taken away from them. Okay? Now hold on.
Our land was taken from us too. Our land was taken from us, and then we were shipped to another land. Not only was our land taken, we was removed. Okay? And guess what? They removed us, and then they started setting up shop. Now they set up their shops, and what you think they was doing? They was taking all the resources. And guess what they doing to the same exact black people that was shipped to these areas? They're now selling them diamonds. Brothers is spending a bag on diamonds, something that was made for free for you to have, free as charge and play with. Pause. You're paying for that. You're paying for that. Let us continue.
Now, before you're like, this not my land, stay with me. We know this is the indigenous folks' land. And if you just found that out, well, I guess the American education system is working just like it planned, right?
Of course it's working just like it's planned. The religious system is working just as it's planned. The fact that black people can see Arabs as relatives, as people that's in the struggle, knowing that they are the ones that started off with the slavery. Put you on ships, send you to various locations all through the Middle East. That's why I laugh every time I see a brother say, yeah, man, the Middle East is the lot of Shem. What? Do you know that place was called Arab land? Do you know that the mass population of those people that's over there is Arabs? Everybody else is 5 to 10 to 15%. Everything over there is Arab. Everything. It's called Arab land. Go look up into your maps. Go on loc.gov and type in the Middle East. Type in the map. Type in the Middle East. Go as far back before slavery. See, before slavery, they couldn't configure nothing. There was no reason to. Right? After slavery, after 1611, after 16 and change, that's when you're going to start seeing stuff like Jerusalem in the 1948. Go look it up. Go look it up. If you think what I'm saying is untrue, go look it up. Like I tell everybody all the time, prove me wrong. But let us continue.
Anyway, Palestinians were then confined to the smallest piece of land.
They was confined to the smallest piece of land. And within that small land was a neighborhood for black people where literally they's living in 2x2s. Families. And still gotta pay tithes to who? Not an Israeli. Not an Israeli. Not an ISIS Rael. But they gotta pay tithes to the Palestinians. Are we gonna get into it? Especially that I have to do this again? Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. Why not?
Palestinians are trapped, okay? And that's the part I want to zoom in on. Because if you don't think that this system is designed to keep black people trapped here in America, you have a lot of decolonization.
Yeah. Do you know that this system was also designed to uplift the Arabs as well? That just because you see what's going on over there, that's only a small fraction. These people own oils. These people from Palestine. Look, go into the stores right now. Who's making your food? Who's owning the corner stores? I can take you to plenty of corner stores that's really run by Palestinians. And guess what? And guess what's being sold in your corner store? Let's just take a guess on what's being sold. Take a guess on what's being sold to you in the corner store by your so-called Palestinians, by the so-called people that you think that you need to fight and help liberate. Guess what they selling you? Malt liquor. cigarettes, tobacco, fronto, condoms that when you put it on and it goes inside your woman can cause bacteria, fungus. Oh yeah, you think I ain't know? Huh? Food that has, let's just say the bread, that has high fructose corn syrup, candy that causes ADHD, which leads to cancer, cigarettes leads to cancer, eating ham, boar's head, which can lead to cancer. Huh? Huh? And tell them, go inside and say, hey man, look, man, you know, I'm standing with you, bro. I got some money. I would love to partner with you. No, not for sale. We don't do those type of business. Oh, I don't own the store. Huh? But you're saying what? Let's see what you're saying again. Let's finish. Go ahead.
Colonizing to do, okay? This whole I'ma hustle my way out of white supremacy. Let's say that again. I'ma hustle my way out of white supremacy.
Listen. You can't hustle your way out of white supremacy, and the Afro-Palestinians can't hustle their way to freedom and liberation under the hands of the Palestinians. So what are you saying again? I'm trying to figure it out. And this is not a shot. This is just a correction for when people try to find reasons into why they need to do, et cetera, et cetera. Let me be the one to bring you back to reality. Because obviously you have been destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You have been bamboozled to believe that we are the world, No, the world was given unto the hands of the wicked. The world was for you. The world at one point was ruled by people that look like you. And the minute you fell, they not only did they take advantage, they made sure that you stay in a space of ignorance and stupidity and being completely dumb and stand up and fight for all the things that's unnecessary. They make sure that you stay there so they can never lose their power. That's including these so-called Palestinians. I want you to make it make sense. I need you to make it make sense, sis. Huh? Huh? This is the problem with our people. We always want to help everybody else but ourselves. And you're wondering why. Let us continue.
Let's zoom in on that for a second, all right? You're going to try to outbeat a system that was made for you to fail. You alone are going to try to hack a system. You don't even...
That I agree with you. This system is designed for black and brown people to fail. For us to even be to have any space or any hope of prosperity, we got to go over and beyond. Where a European could just be like, look, I just started my LLC. I need a loan. I'm about to do etc. Sure, that money be in your account in 48 hours. But for us, you gotta have this. This gotta match that. Matt gotta you have somebody to co-sign. The list goes on. And I know that, and I know you two playing with my numbers. I know. Because the truth is out and y'all don't want it to come out. You don't want to put this on top of the algorithm because it's speaking about your agenda and your daddy and your people, your family. Let us continue.
Even know who your neighbors are. I don't either. But you're going to try to hack a system.
I know who my neighbor is. My neighbors is anybody that looks like me. My neighbor are the ones that put their people first. My neighbors are the ones that want to fix the community, put an end to the violence. My neighbors are the ones that say, yo, man, we need to have a block party. But before we have this block party, we need to clean up our neighborhood. That's my neighbors. The word said, love your neighbor like you love yourself. So how can I worry about my neighbors, or how can we worry about our neighbors when we don't even have the first rule and loving your neighbor, and that's to love yourself? I mean, come on, guys. Make it make sense. Let us continue. Why not?
You gotta try to hustle your way out of this. The more and more black people try to get on top in this country, the more and more they will change the rules to suppress us and to keep us here. Damn CIA put crack in the neighborhood. I don't understand what's not clicking. If you are
The CIA, they put crack in the neighborhood. Guess what? Guess what else they put in the neighborhood? They put they put integration. They put churches. They bought religion. They bought division. They bought everything to divide and conquer. Now that we in a space of being conquered, you see the hands that they showing their hands. Look at television now. People, when we was growing up, people used to be like, man, these people are the devil, but you never could see it. Like, what? People ain't evil. Now, because they got the world right where they need it, they got it in the palm of their hands. They got black people waking up, standing in their car, protesting, saying what's happening to the Palestinians is not right. When they see that you are in this state right here, they got you. Why? What? Now I'm gonna show you who I am. So when you turn on your BET Awards, right? When you turn on your BET Awards or any awards in that manner, what you're gonna see? You're gonna see fire. You're gonna see the horns. You might see two black men kissing. How about that? Huh? And not just a peck. We talking about full-fledged kissing. You would never see them. You could never see them do that to a Palestinian. You would never see them do it to ISIS Rael. You would never see them do that. You would never see it do it to a Chinese. On national TV for the world to see, you'd be highly stupid. But for you, please. You know what they're going to say? What you going to do about it? What you going to do? What you going to do? And that's the $1 million question. What are you going to do? I know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to be a coward and put your focus on these people and be just like this female right here. Let us continue.
black and you think for 1 second that this country has your best interest at heart, first of all, this country doesn't have a fucking heart. This is a corporation. It's not even a country.
You was absolutely right. This country don't have a heart. Guess what other place don't have a heart? The Middle East, Europe, Asia, Russia, Mexico. Nobody has a heart when it comes to people that look like you, sis. There's no heart for people that look like us. There's no heart for individuals that just want to be righteous and loving. There's no heart for you. There's none of that for you. So when you take your time out to defend this, I just want you to just think about it for a second. Just think about it for a second. Ask yourself, what am I doing? Me doing this, me standing up for them, and these people being liberated, is it going to be beneficial for me? And my people are going to receive the reparations, the liberation, the separation that we so need and crave for? Is that going to happen? But while you blaming the educational system, let me give you the logicalnism. Yes, that's the new word, logicalnism. You heard? Let me give you the logical. The answer is no. Like my man said to me, he said when he was young, his father says, when you reach a certain age, you can't live here no more. And when he asked his father why, he said this, verbatim, listen carefully. He said that two kings can never live in one castle. Let that marinate. Let's continue.
Stolen land turned into a fucking corporation. And for it to function, it literally has to have enslaved people. Look at.
And guess who's the enslaved people? It ain't the European. Hey, it ain't the Palestinians. I'll tell you that much. Let us continue.
The fucking fucking prison industrial complex and look at the school to prison pipeline connected to it. Everybody has been talking about how the kids can't read, That's not new for black people. They don't want us to fucking read.
It's not that they don't want us to read. It's the fact that we don't need to read anymore. Because everything that we read, everything that's given unto us, everything that's handed unto us is wisdom and knowledge pertaining to them, about them, and to uphold them. Okay? You are never going to read to benefit you. You're never going to read to learn how to deal with self-trauma, like how the sister, I forgot her name, that created with the book, one of my favorite books of all time, Post-Traumatic Slave Disorder or Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. Huh? Nobody's going to bring forth information. And if anybody bring forth information that's so powerful that it can change a community, a nation's life, they're going to take that man and throw him in the jail for life and be accused of this and that. You seen what they did to Brother York? Brother Polite, on the other hand, I don't know. But Brother York, you see what's going on. Let us continue.
They don't want us to know that we can't beat the system. We have to tear the bitch down. No one wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to talk about how can we work within the fucking system. Reform does not work. If reform worked, it would have worked by now. Yes, I'm mad. Because I feel like it's the same shit that's been talked about over and over again. And the people who are really about it, who really understand that the shit needs to be knocked the fuck down, y'all don't listen to us. You call us extremists.
No. We are about it. We just not about helping that. We just don't want to involve ourselves into that. We just don't got no time to be around that. Because that you're fighting for, that you're speaking of, that you coming out to speak for, doesn't like black that you are. Yeah. Doesn't like you. But let us continue.
Till shit like this happens. I hope people start waking up more. That's all I can do. That's all I can do right now is hope.
Yes. Keep hoping. Keep having faith. Keep believing into your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Keep believing in Allah. The two main religions that got a massive stronghold on black people is now having black people picking sides. You got the rich black people standing and supporting the ISIS, Ra, and Els. And then you got the poor people that's standing for the Palestinians. You still don't see the picture. You still don't see the picture. Any nation that's divided can't stand. But who am I, right? Where was we? Now that I just gave you a male and a female perspective, it's only right that I give you the real Mondem. Now I'm gonna play the individuals that make me stand on how I stand on. See, I'm the individual, and we all should be that individual, that you gotta practice what you preach. You gotta stand on what you stand on. So I say that to say this. I stand on liberating my people. I stand on seeing my people free. I stand on seeing my people going home. I stand on my people getting their land back. Facts. That's what I stand on. But I would never stand on people that takes advantage of my people. Never in my life. Never. Feeding my children goldfish, knowing that these things got red 40 in it, which causes what? Cancer. Don't tell me you guys ain't reading the ingredients because I'm sure you guys got smartphones. I'm sure that you guys are on Instagram and seeing pictures and stuff and information that's telling you the dangers of eating candy of color like Starbursts, like Swedish Fish, like Skittles, which was taken off the market out in California. Huh? Come on now. You have to make it make sense. This is our problem. This is a massive problem. Our people is destroyed, gone, finito, destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We have been discontinued from that heritage. We want to support the very exact people that put shackles around your neck. Both parties, same coin, different sides. But shout out to the big bro. We're going to play the big bro. Hold on.
No. Make the two of them kill off them bumbleclad self. Cause none of them not like black people. You see me?
You feel
I
me?
recall a few years ago, a Jamaican friend of mine went to Israel. She was in an elevator. No blood-clad Jews wanted to go in the elevator with her because she was what? Black. They looked at her with a scorn.
With a scorn. Because she was black, people.
You see me? Let me tell you a story that most of you guys don't know. In 1979, the great reggae superstar Peter Tosh cancelled 4 shows in Israel. You see me? It was alleged at the time that Israel were supplying the minority government, the minority white government, with arms to suppress the black people of South Africa. Here, so Peter Tosh said, I cannot be speaking about equal rights and justice in a country that is supplying arms to South Africa to suppress black people.
You heard what he said? So here's people that took you from your land, now occupying your land, and supplying their own to oppress your very brothers and sisters that's in the land. But now you're telling me that I must take a stand and fight for the Taliwans. Yeah. All right. Let us continue.
No, I cannot do that. When they told Peter Tosh that he would lose $80,000, Peter said, fuck that. When it comes to my message, money is secondary. Peter Tosh would have been the first reggae artist to perform in Israel. Now let's move on to the Palestinians. Palestinians are Arabs. Saying, have you ever heard about the Arab slave trade?
Have you ever heard about it? I mean, I'm asking a serious question for my black and brown people. Have you ever heard about it? Have you ever heard about the Arab slave trade? Let the OG finish. Go ahead, OG.
Go and look it up. Go and read up on the Arab slave trade and see how brutal they were to black people. See me? We're not gonna further. All me I say is, we not take no side with none of them post sold. Make them kill off them bumbleclad self. You see me I say? For real.
Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. But it don't stop there. It don't stop there. It don't stop there. And my apologies. This is a second recording of this because these heathens wanted to stop and mess up with the audio. These heathens stopped the live like 3 times. Yes, they stopped it. Had to unplug my Wi-Fi and plug it back in. Mind you, my the landline is connected to my computer, to my Mac, to the modem. For some apparent reason, it just wasn't working no more. What's going on with what I'm bringing forth that's causing controversy? Oh, you want casualties of war. You want my people to be the sacrificial lamb. I mean, you guys consider us goyim, right? Noyam. Know your goddamn role because we ain't giving in. And for those black people, and like the sister and the other brother, listen, man, y'all need to drink some water. You need to drink some water. You need to go read books. You saying the European education system, but yet you're not even understanding that these people that you want to stand up for had their hands in your demise and spent years and was one of the last countries to abolish slavery. Let us continue. Now I play the brother and we play my sister. Shout out to my sister. This is she the one that brought this information my way, and it was over for that ever since. Let's continue.
Melanated dominant people, sons and daughters of my ancient mother. I have been inundated with Muslims in my inbox, threatening me, saying I'm spreading hate, black people, telling me how dare I not stand against Palestine. So
before she before she even gives you her 311, the fact that people feel comfortable in giving threat to our black women is an issue. The fact that other nations feel entitled or comfortable to send threats to our black women, that's a problem. And we are the ones to blame. The gap between man and woman is so severe that it could fit a goddamn deer. The separation is like this, that a deer can walk past. The fact that our women have to defend themselves. And I know we could talk about, the women acting like this and the men acting like that. We could talk about all that. But one thing that we need to start realizing, that when other nations come around and disrespect us and our women and our children, this is when we have to take a stand. This is when we got to unify. F all that. I don't care about what these people got going on. The fact that you think that you can come on and talk crazy to our sisters, that's a problem. And we have to address that immediately. That is a problem. And the fact that stuff like this continues to happen, she's not the first and she's sure not going to be the last. That it continues to happen, it's a bad reflection upon us. This is why they prefer to deal and marry outside of their race. But let us continue.
I tried to stay out of it, but I'm not going to be able to. So I'm in it, okay? Never intended for what happened to me at the store to go like it did, but it did, okay?
So I could just imagine she's at a store and she probably being harassed, being disrespected, called out her name. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you this, you that. I could just imagine. Because these people, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about these Habibis, man. These people, when it comes to black women, they have ADHD. I'm telling you guys this the truth. They will snap on a black woman. They in the strip club. They out there wilding. They have no respect and no regards for our black woman. And I'm gonna show you that after she finished. You're gonna see what else I got to show you. But I just want you to understand that these people will attack our women and children as long as we remain in the state of being a dumbass. Until we start seeing ourselves as protectors, providers, and leaders, these are the people that's going to take the lead in destroying our people. Let us continue.
So let's just have a real talk, okay? I'm going to add the articles in the link because they are important for you to understand. So there is a neighborhood in Gaza, on the Gaza Strip, where 11,000 Afro-Palestinians live. It is called Al Abib. You know what that means? Slave. Yes, that is where black people live. And that is what the Arabics call that neighborhood. Slaves. The land of the slaves. I'm going to drop the articles so you can hear from Afro-Palestinians how they're treated in Palestine. It is very similar to how we're treated right here in America, okay? You're going to hear stories of Afro-Palestinians being pulled out of taxi cab and searched because they were black.
And that is the truth. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry.
You're going to hear stories of Afro-Palestinians telling you how when black Palestinian women walk down the street, they call them out their name, okay, by their skin color. Chocolate, cappuccino, hey cappuccino, hey chocolate, hey black. But the neighborhood, if that doesn't reach you, melanated dominant people, can you imagine 11,000 black Palestinians looking just like you, being humiliated in their home, in their land, in their compound, while the Arabs and Muslims are being oppressed? They still had time to oppress black people there in Gaza.
And why is that? Why did they still have time to oppress? Because this whole infrastructure was based and designed on the suffering and misery of the black and brown, the super melanated. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You show me a country, I'll show you black people in poverty. Show me a European country or anything that have European rules, Arab rule, Chinese rule, Japanese rule. Show me anything, and I'll show you impoverished black people. Even in the Hispanic regions. Argentina, they got rid of all the black people. How they do it? That's left to be figured out. But word on the street is, word on the street is, they was murdered. Word on the street is, they was executed. Word on the street is, they was whitewashed. I used to have a lot of love for Neo Messi until I realized, oh, you from over there? Oh, it explains why you get all this exposure and promotion and push. It explains that. Similar to Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, you from Spain? Oh, no, you from Portugal? Yeah. It explains why you get that push and that support. It explains it. It explains it all. See, when I gather information, people, I don't gather it just to, be bashing and all that. I'm gathering it and to let people, not only to keep it in the hard drive for receipts for the individuals that want to talk crazy and say that I be wilding or I'm bringing forth my own religion, but my own doctrine, yet I stand on no religion. Because to have a doctrine, the doctrine must be in cahoots or should be a representation, should be a written representation of a religion, which I don't stand on. I don't stand on no religion, but that's neither here. But I keep those informations for a rainy day because you never know who. You never know who and what and where and when they're going to change stuff, send another lie, cause another confusion. We ain't got no time for that. But listen, I digress. Let the sister finish.
So I do not condone the loss of life on any side. So I can't stand with anyone, okay? What I am standing with is that it's none of my business. But if it was my business, then it would be toward the melanated dominant people that suffer racism on both sides. Did you know that the Israel was giving Ethiopian women Depo-Provera shots because they didn't want them coming into Israel and having children? They were sterilizing black women. Afro-Palestinians are living in a neighborhood called Al-Abib. Slave. Can you imagine little black kids going home saying, oh yeah, you stay in the neighborhood of the slaves? Come on, melanated dominant people. I know we can do better than this. It take 5 minutes of research before you go and run and say we stand with Palestinians or we stand with Israel. I stand with people that do not already hurt people. My people, melanated dominant people. It's amazing to me how we're so easily roped into somebody else's fight. But we don't open up closet doors and start looking at who we run into their fight. I pray every day for war to never be a part of.
Now, not to cut her off, but I have to disagree with that. We will always be at war because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities in high places. We will always be at war. We will always be at conflict. We will always be in a disagreement with these people until the rightful people get put on this earth. The whole world will continue to be in turmoil until the rightful people bring forth righteousness on this earth. This whole world will continue to be in turmoil until the rightful people come on this earth to bring forth true righteousness, not European deception and lies and confusion, which leads to division, head-on collision to eternal physical, mental, and spiritual prison. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Until those people who was given dominion on this earth, this world will remain in chaos. Remember what I said to you. Let us continue.
Our life here on this planet. But what I'm not gonna do is stand with Palestine, while Palestine has a neighborhood with 11,000 blacks called Al-Abib, slave. And I'm gonna drop the articles, read them, study, and then make a decision. And whatever decision you make, I'm all right with that. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day.
She said, whatever decision y'all make, she's all right with that. Whatever decision you make, I'm not all right with that. If you think for 1 second that you will put your oppression, your stress, your torture, your misery, your imprisonment. If you think for 1 second you're going to put that to the side to say, well, I'm gonna worry about black issues tomorrow. Let me put my focal point on European politics, philosophies, and war between two. And the reason why you're standing for that is because of what? Because they're being oppressed. My nigga, please. These people been oppressing you as well. And I'm gonna read the article. The article that she says, oh, I got one. And let me tell you how wicked, I'm gonna show you how wicked Google and all of this, because a lot of people, especially when sisters started bringing this forth, a lot of people started going online in hopes to seek and search this information. I had to go through thin and thick, dig deep just to get this information. Makes you wonder. Like, I'll be honest with you, people. I question everything. I seen on the article the other day, not to get off topic, but we still on topic. I seen an article the other day. Both of them came into an agreement to cease fire. What? You telling me we at war? And I'm gonna say, all right, look, I got a family recital to go to. Yeah, me too. I got a bar mitzvah to attend. So we're gonna suspend it so everybody could come outside and have fun and get praise and all that. But come Monday morning, we're gonna go back at it again. I find it kind of strange. I find it kind of strange that these people could play with the minds and literally say, oh yeah, we ain't gonna do it today. We're gonna chill right now. We're gonna come out tomorrow though. Find it strange. But again, who am I to speak, right? I'm just the messenger. But let us continue. Let us continue. And this is a second take of this, guys, because the first one, the audio wasn't working. Nobody could hear me. 2-3 times was I disconnected from the server because of the information I'm bringing forth right now, which makes me question, who are these people working for? And you should already know. Let us continue. So speaking of the article, you know I had to pull this up. You know I had to pull up the article. You know I had to. Let me remove this. You know I had to pull up the article, people. The revealing story of African Palestinians and how they made Jerusalem their home. Right? They are often referred to as Abid, a local derogatory Arabic term meaning slaves, and their neighborhood as Hab al-Adib, or the slave prison, lonely due to their due to their skin color. Let us continue. It says, despite issues of racism and discrimination, the Afro-Palestinians mainly descended from African immigrants to Palestine and have since become an integral part of the Palestinian society. Right? You will find them mostly in a community called the African Quarter. Look, they got their own, they got their own hut that they put them in. This is what we fighting for. This is what black people is fighting for. Oh, silly rabbits, religion is for kids. Huh? Because you know what kids are, right? Kids are goats that's made to be sacrificed. Oh, dude, pay attention to the metaphor. You might learn something today. Right? It says located in the shadow, listen to carefully, in the shadow of the Alapaso, Moscow, and Jerusalem's old city. Okay? The Afro-Palestinian neighborhood is often difficult to find. Listen carefully. often difficult to find, accessible only through an Israeli police checkpoint where officers interrogate anyone who is not from the local community, according to a report by the Algeries. And we could click that too, but that's not for now. But the question, this is what I want you guys to see. The fact that it's being patrolled by the Israeli police. They're talking about they interrogating who is not from there. How about those that's trying to come out? Or they're trying to leave at a late night. Yo, it's 10 o'clock. Where you think you going? Huh? This is a lockdown for those that don't see what's going on. This is what you call a lockdown. And our people is being locked down right before your eyes. And you want to sit here and tell me that we should be walking and protesting and marching and standing up together. Have you lost your goddamn mind? Our people have been disconnected from their heritage. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Let us continue. Why not? Why not? Read more. Okay? The area was hitherto the site of two former Turkish prisoners, but has since been rented out to the over 50 Arab families of African descent who pay a symbolic rent, okay, to the Islamic Wang, the owner of the property. So these were things owned by Turkish prisoners. So you're not even worth being outside amongst the people. You got to live where the prisoners was living. You still don't see the level of disrespect that's coming from both ends of the party. One coin, two different sides. But the agenda remains the same. And what is this agenda, people? To continue taking advantage on the black and brown. Let's go down. A report by local media, the Times of Israel, state that many of those living in the little-known African Quarter community are the descendants of Africans from Senegal, Chad, Sudan, and Nigeria who made the pilgrim to Mecca in recent generations. They subsequently visit Jerusalem, married Arab women, and they stayed. A number of them joined the Arab Liberation Army to fight the nonsense state of Israel in 1948 and remain in the Jordanian-held East Jerusalem. This is them. This is not me saying this. This is not me. They went over there and started mixed breeding. A lot of us is mixed breeded. It says the African community wasn't just resided here. They were occupying different places inside the city, but the majority used to live here. They started to think, how can we be supportive of one another in order to get much more integrated with the Palestinian society? They therefore congregated as a single community in the rabbits, saying, yes, sir, Quaios, a son of the Chaldeans who settled down in Jerusalem after performing the Hajj. Meanwhile, there are other large communities of Afro-Palestinians in Jerusalem, Gaza, of the West Bank town of Jericho, with many of them being descendants of slaves or soldiers brought in during the Autumn Times. For those that don't know about the Autumn Times, you should look into that. You'll be shocked to see what's going on, right? It says, though many of these Afro-Palestinians have lived in Palestine for centuries, They are often discriminated against because they are black. Oh, hold on. They are only respected by their fellow Palestinians because of their role in the country's struggle for independence. However, several members of the Afro Palestinian community have been convicted and imprisoned for terrorist attacks in Jerusalem. You know, they got to throw that out there, right? The late Fatima Bernawal, the first female Palestinian political prisoner, was imprisoned after attempting to bomb a cinema in downtown Jerusalem in October 1967. The daughter of a Nigerian father and a Palestinian mother would later serve as a senior Palestinian police officer before her death in 2016. Mozo Quacks, a director of African Community Society, a welfare organization in Jerusalem, also spent 5 years in prison for participating in the first Palestinian uprising in the early 90s. These people and several others like Jahada are now regarded as heroes in Palestine, where the sense of self respect among the people is often based on how successful they are in attacking their enemies. Yet, listen carefully, yet Afro Palestinians are often amongst the most disenfranchised economically, according to a report by local media, Arab News. Same story. Poor, broke, taken advantage of, the list goes on. Living in the widespread poverty coupled with increased fear of arrest due to frequent discrimination from both Palestinians and Israeli. Kouis, who quoted saying, many leave school early to support their families, and houses that we live in are very small houses. At 1/3 generation of Afro Palestinians now grow within the walls of the African quarter. It is the hope of many that above challenges will be correlated for a well integrated society where everybody see each other as one despite the color of their skin. Now let me speak on that. We would never be able to see us as one because we are not one. We as people need to stand amongst each other. We need to shake. There's a lot of coconuts that need to be shaken off the tree of life. There's a lot of crossbreeds that need to be identified and removed. Yes, a lot of it. A lot of these people seeds, they are their father's seed, and that seed gets passed on from generation to generation. We can never be cool with these people. None of them. No nation on the face of this earth can be cool with us because all these nations had their hands in our demise. And they came through with religion. Islam took you to the east. Christianity took you to the west. Hebrew Israelism left you guys a mess. And all of this will continue to happen until we all get laid to rest because the agenda is to take over the Holy Land. They're doing it right now. We got black people honestly believing, like black people honestly believe the lies that was told for the last 40 years and we listening to it. We got people saying this 12 tribes chart. I don't even want to talk about this, but I just want to let it be known. We saying that we from the 12 tribes chart. And we look all over the world to find our people. But not one time did any single teacher, scholar, elder, professor, anybody took the time out and say, wait, we should also look into Africa because people in Africa were stolen. That's where we was taken from. Don't you think we should go back there to see if we can find any clues or residues? Huh? But because we have been indoctrinated by European religion, been indoctrinated by European philosophy, that unless they give the green light, then whatever's being said is not true. And that's the problem with you. That's the problem with us. That's why we don't rise. That's why we don't stand. That's why we still the tail and not the head. You guys can say whatever you want. You guys can say in due time it's going to come. You got to be patient. You got to have faith. You got to have that. You got to have that. Revelations got to, you can say all of that. But the point of the matter is that until we, and I'm saying we as a people, wake up and understand that the kingdom is within us. And it's not by observation. I don't understand how we overlook that precept all the time. That is not by observation until we until we able to look at each other and see royalty. We will forever remain in misery. And this is my second take, guys. My apologies. These heathens been attacking. When you get this, please, people, share this with your loved ones. Share this with your wife. Share this with your husband. Share this with your children. Share this with your baby mom. Share this with everybody because the truth needs to come out. Stand. Choose ye this day who you shall serve. I'm going to stand with my parents. One of the commands said, honor thy mother and thy father. I'm going to stand with my parents because guess what, people? They are worthy to be praised. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. For those that don't know who I am him, Mr. Keep My Foot. You're Mr. Keep My Foot on you heathens, you he-girls, and the newly installed heathenites next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? Father, say it one time for the one time. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to holler at y'all.